Welcome to the Daily Globe. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates. In the intricate world of global geopolitics, the movement of warships across international waters signals far more than simple military posturing. Each deployment, each exercise, and each new alliance at sea reveals a complex web of intentions, alliances, and the ever-shifting balance of power among nations. The presence of a naval fleet can send a message of deterrence, reassurance, or even warning depending on the context and the audience. In today's interconnected world, these maneuvers are closely watched, not just by rival states, but by allies, neutral observers, and the global markets that depend on maritime stability. Today, October 7, 2025, a pivotal debate unfolds in Washington, D.C. The U.S. Congress is weighing a significant proposal: the donation of retired naval vessels to key allies, with a particular focus on the Philippines. This decision is not merely about transferring hardware, it's about shaping the future of regional security and reaffirming America's role as a leader among its partners. This is far from a routine transfer of surplus ships. Instead, it represents a calculated and deliberate move in the increasingly tense Indo-Pacific region, where China's growing ambitions and assertive actions are coming into direct conflict with U.S. influence and the interests of its allies. Military analysts see this as a critical moment, a test of resolve and a signal to both friends and rivals. The South China Sea, a vast expanse of water vital for global trade, has become a flashpoint for international tensions. Over a third of the world's maritime commerce passes through these waters, making stability here essential not just for regional players, but for the global economy as a whole. China's expansive territorial claims, backed by aggressive enforcement and a rapidly modernizing navy, challenge the established international order. Incidents involving fishing boats, Coast Guard vessels, and even commercial ships have become more frequent, raising the risk of miscalculation and conflict. For the Philippines, a nation with thousands of islands and an extensive coastline, the need to bolster naval capabilities is not just a matter of pride, it is an urgent national security imperative. Filipino sailors and defense planners know that a stronger navy means greater ability to protect their waters, resources, and sovereignty. The proposed transfer of these vessels, likely to include retired Ticonderoga-class cruisers, serves as a tangible demonstration of American commitment. It is a strategic effort to help level the playing field, providing the Philippines with advanced capabilities that would otherwise be out of reach. This initiative is part of a broader U.S. strategy known as integrated deterrence. By deepening military cooperation and building strong partnerships, the United States aims to counter China's rapidly expanding navy and ensure that no single power can dominate the region's vital sea lanes. The decision now before Congress is more than a matter of military logistics. It is a test of America's long-term strategy in the Pacific and a clear signal of its resolve to remain a dominant force in the region. Lawmakers must weigh the risks and rewards, knowing that their choice will echo far beyond the halls of government. Politically, this move could escalate tensions with Beijing, which views any increase in U.S. military presence near its shores as a provocation. At the same time, it offers much-needed reassurance to allies and partners who look to Washington for leadership and support in uncertain times. Economically, the transfer is not without challenges. Both nations will need to invest in refitting, maintaining, and operating these complex warships. This cooperation, however, could also spur local industries, create jobs, and deepen defense ties between the two countries. Ultimately, the decision to transfer these ships could reshape the Indo-Pacific security landscape for decades to come, influencing not only military balances but also diplomatic relationships and economic partnerships across the region. For decades after World War II, the U.S. Navy stood as the undisputed maritime power in the Pacific, projecting strength and influence across vast ocean expanses. American aircraft carriers, destroyers, and submarines patrolled the region, ensuring that no rival could challenge their supremacy. This dominance was not just about military might, it was about shaping the rules of the sea and maintaining a balance that favored the interests of the United States and its allies. Through constant patrols, joint exercises, and the protection of vital shipping lanes, the U.S. Navy guaranteed freedom of navigation and security for its partners, underpinning decades of economic growth and stability in the region. But in recent years, this long-standing dominance has been increasingly challenged by China. The Chinese Navy, once a coastal defense force, has undergone a dramatic transformation, modernizing at a breathtaking pace, expanding its fleet, and venturing far beyond its traditional waters to assert its presence across the Indo-Pacific. Today, the U.S. envisions a free and open Indo-Pacific, where international law prevails and all nations can prosper. In contrast, China seeks to reshape the regional order, positioning itself as the central power and challenging the established norms that have governed the seas for generations. This rivalry is about far more than the number of ships or advanced weaponry. It's a fundamental clash of strategic visions, values, and influence. Both nations are vying to set the rules for the future of the Indo-Pacific, with global implications. The current U.S. proposal to donate warships to regional partners, such as the Philippines, is just the latest move in this ongoing contest for influence and security. It reflects a broader shift in American strategy. Rather than relying solely on its own dominance, the U.S. is now embracing integrated deterrence, working closely with allies and partners to build a collective front capable of pushing back against Chinese expansion and safeguarding shared interests. The transfer of naval assets to the Philippines is a powerful example of this evolving approach, signaling a new era of cooperation and shared responsibility in the face of rising challenges. China's navy has become the world's largest by number of ships, with over 370 battle force vessels and more on the way. The plan's rapid expansion, including advanced destroyers, cruisers, and aircraft carriers, is changing the regional balance. China's shipbuilding capacity dwarfs that of the U.S., allowing it to build and modernize at an unmatched pace. This industrial advantage means China can sustain and replace its fleet far more quickly. China's arsenal includes anti-ship ballistic and hypersonic missiles, creating a formidable anti-access bubble. The U.S. Navy now faces growing risks operating near China's coast. The plan's rise is fundamentally altering the Indo-Pacific strategic calculus. The U.S. response to China's naval growth includes a legislative push to transfer retired warships to allies, aiming to bolster their naval capabilities and counterbalance the expanding Chinese fleet. This initiative is embedded in the 2025 National Defense Authorization Act, a comprehensive bill that outlines the budget and expenditures for the Department of Defense. The plan focuses on decommissioned but still capable ships, like Ticonderoga-class cruisers, which have proven their worth in past naval operations. These cruisers would be a major upgrade for the Philippine Navy, significantly enhancing their maritime defense capabilities. These ships offer advanced radar and missile capabilities, which are crucial for modern naval warfare and defense strategies. Providing a significant boost in regional air defense, these capabilities ensure that allied navies can better protect their waters and respond to threats. The act also includes measures to strengthen U.S. and allied naval operations, promoting greater cooperation and coordination among friendly nations. Such measures include rearming at sea and encouraging joint exercises, which are essential for maintaining readiness and interoperability. The transfer is not a simple handout. It comes with conditions that require the Philippines to invest in training, infrastructure, and maintenance to ensure the effective use of these ships. This investment will help the Philippine Navy to operate and maintain these advanced vessels, ensuring they remain a formidable force in the region. The U.S. will likely assist in this process, providing expertise and support, which will deepen military ties and foster a stronger alliance. Strategically, this places capable assets in a vital location, enhancing regional security and stability in the South China Sea, a critical area for international trade and military strategy. It's a smart investment in a more resilient Indo-Pacific, ensuring that allied nations are better equipped to handle emerging threats and maintain peace in the region. For the Philippines, acquiring U.S. warships is a game-changer. The Philippine Navy, long underfunded, faces constant pressure from China's larger modern fleet. Receiving Ticonderoga-class cruisers would instantly provide the Philippines with its most powerful surface combatants. These ships would deter aggression and signal a revitalized U.S.-Philippines alliance. Integrating such vessels will require major investments in training and infrastructure. Despite challenges, public and defense establishment support is strong, given ongoing Chinese pressure. The move is both a practical and symbolic boost to Philippine sovereignty. The U.S. warship transfer will send shockwaves across the Indo-Pacific. China will see it as provocation and may respond with military or economic pressure. Southeast Asian nations like Vietnam may quietly welcome a stronger Philippine Navy, while others worry about rising tensions. U.S. allies, such as Japan and Australia, will view the move as reinforcing collective defense. The transfer sharpens the lines of strategic competition and solidifies the U.S.-Philippines alliance. It forces regional actors to reconsider their positions between Washington and Beijing. The challenge will be deterring conflict without provoking escalation. The warship transfer brings significant economic and social impacts for the Philippines. Operating advanced warships is costly, requiring sustained budget increases for fuel, maintenance, and munitions. This will spark debate over national priorities, but proponents argue that security is essential for economic development. The arrival of powerful ships will boost national pride and morale, symbolizing sovereignty. It may inspire more Filipinos to join the Navy and foster a stronger sense of identity. However, increased militarization could create friction among those wary of U.S. influence. The challenge is to integrate these assets into a strategy that prioritizes defense and diplomacy. Defense analysts see the warship transfer as classic asymmetric strategy. The U.S. can't match China ship for ship, so it changes the environment by empowering allies. A single cruiser in Philippine hands complicates Chinese planning and forces Beijing to spread its resources. Replicating this across the region creates a web of defenses that's harder for China to overcome. There are risks of escalation, but inaction is riskier. China's power is growing, and unchecked, could tilt the balance dangerously. Bolstering allies raises the cost of aggression, making conflict less likely. The U.S. has a critical window to act before China's naval advantage grows. The transfer is a necessary step in a larger long-term competition for the Indo-Pacific's future. The U.S. proposal to donate warships to the Philippines is a defining moment in Indo-Pacific geopolitics. It's a direct response to China's naval rise and a firm commitment to a key ally. For the Philippines, it offers security and deterrence, but also economic and strategic responsibility. For the U.S., it tests the strategy of integrated deterrence. For China, it's a challenge to its ambitions. The stakes are high. Stability in the South China Sea is vital for global trade and security. The choices made now will shape the region's future. Navigating these waters requires strength, dialogue, and wisdom.